Okay, and we're back. Audio Missile Podcast. I'm here with my buddy Cordell and our good friend Cesar de Leon helping us out again.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, thank you for helping out. Shout out to the people in Japan. Hopefully everybody's okay. There was an earthquake this morning over there.
Yeah,
and I know your family's out there.
Yeah, my wife and 2 kids are over there, and fortunately they are living in the south side right now. The earthquake happened in the north side, so they didn't feel anything.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Last thing you want to feel on vacation is scared, right?
Yeah, and there's always like earthquakes in Japan. Like my wife was telling me, like as a young kid in elementary school, you know, they always had like drills every week, and I'm assuming it's like that in LA because here.
Well, we didn't have drills every week, but we did have them maybe a couple months. I remember in elementary we had more, and I don't remember having them in junior high maybe once.
What was that? What was that like?
They would pull off the fire, you know how the fire alarm, and it'd be like,
get it under your table. You had to get it under your
we would have
desk.
to like stop where we were and
Stop, drop, roll.
find safety, get underneath the desk and cover your face. They would tell us that there was going to be breaking glass and stuff just to be prepared for anything, I guess. But in Japan every week, because I mean, they have more earthquakes in Japan than in California.
Well, it's like a giant volcano.
And now they're preparing like that for domestic terrorism.
So you're saying the earthquakes is the volcano rumbling?
No, what it is we look at Japan as an island, but it's a giant mountaintop.
Yeah.
You know, if you look underwater and then the volcanic activity. So, you know, it's a beautiful place to live because of that. Like Hawaii, when there's volcanic activity on these islands, our mountains, it's a fertile environment around there.
So we're speaking about Japan, and Japan is, what a coincidence, because Japan is they embrace technology, right?
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Okay, my boy.
They're always
And you've
ahead
been
of
there.
us with the
What
PS5.
have you seen in Japan that you don't see here?
I noticed that one of the most popular things in Japan is porn animation.
Oh.
Like, I remember walking through like the stores over there, and sometimes I would check out the video stores, and they would just have like a bunch of like, you know, animation, but then they had a special section in the back with the curtain, and that was the porn section or whatever. But I noticed that, you know, it's very, very popular, animation, especially, you know, porn.
But speaking of Japan, where they embrace technology, and what's going on, Cordell, in the news?
Well, yeah, Japan is part of that too. We're going to talk about deep fakes today. You know, it's a lot of it is spreading in the news in the past couple of weeks. And you know what that is? That's where they take your image and they put it on another image, and they could have you doing anything. You know, they could have you committing a murder, having sex with somebody. You know, they could use it for blackmail. And so a lot of things have happened in the past month concerning these deep fakes, you know?
That's funny, because there was a movie with Al Pacino that came out a few years ago where I think it was called Simone or something.
Yes! Yes! I remember that one. Yeah!
Wasn't that what it was about? It was like a fake actress or something?
No, that's funny. I didn't even remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, and she was very hot and sexy, the actress.
And it was actually
a computer.
Al Pacino.
It was Al Pacino behind the computer.
Supposedly, but she was a real actress. But
Did you guys hear that there's companies out there that they're making AIs, and they're making videos of AIs, and it looks like real people. You know, they develop, you know, if they want the person to have blue eyes, brown eyes, short hair, longer hair, you know, military, whatever. And they're making AIs and they're making videos so that people can think that these are actual.
Well, we'll talk about some of those companies
bots,
right
you know,
now.
these are
Yeah.
bots.
all right, go for it.
Yeah. So, but before, you know what we're going to start with first? Let's start with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
What is he doing?
Mr. Tom Cruise. Well, it's been going viral. 11 million views. These 4 videos surfaced in the past month. And he said, hey, that ain't
He's yelling
me.
at the extra?
No, that's actually real.
That's the real one.
So in this one, and you know, actually he's doing mundane things, like he's doing a magic trick, eating, walking, some regular shit. But what it is, it's not him. It's a deep fake. It's computer generated. You know, and the thing about it, the guy just recently went on the news and revealed part of the secret because it was so good, because people were testing it out, because Tom Cruise says, hey, that ain't me. So people were doing computer generated tests on it to try to figure out. And it turns out the guy, Umi, He's part of a team of deepfake artists known as Deep Voodoo, which is a visual effects studio assembled by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You know who they are.
The ones from South Park.
That's right, my boy. So they're working on a deepfake studio. Wow. And part of his secret is a deepfake. What he did is he had a real impersonator that looks like Tom Cruise. And then superimposed that as part of the stuff. So that's why when they were testing it, they're like, we don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, because he had a guy that looked like him that he filmed doing
things.
things.
Just gotta touch it up a little bit and make it look like Tom Cruise.
My boy.
Wow.
You know, and so that went popular. You know, here's another thing. You were talking about these bots. There's a company, this one company, it's a genealogy company called MyHeritage. And they do DNA stuff. You know, I had my DNA done. I know your boy right here had his DNA done.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my tax check.
Or your stimulus?
No, I already got my stimulus. I just did my taxes. When I get that check, I'm gonna definitely do my ancestry DNA or the 123, one of those.
Well, I'll tell you, if you go to this company, MyHeritage, they got a new tool, my boy, which uses deepfake technology to animate the faces and photographs of your dead relatives.
So they show you what your grandfather would look like?
No, they take any picture you got of your relatives and then they make it do things.
Like sex with you? Like
No.
a deepfake?
Whatever you
Like
want.
you want to do some taboo deepfake, you could do it with your
You could do
ancestors?
it if you got the money.
No, not like
That's
that.
what the Kardashian did. Kim
Well, let me-
Kardashian's dad, they did that with him.
Yeah.
They had sex with them?
No.
Kanye West, you know, he got a hologram for Kim Kardashian.
As
And
a
it was-
gift?
Yeah, as a gift. And it was the dead dad.
I would have got her like holographic Tupac. That would have
And she got like all emotional. She was like,
Sure. Well, you know,
And then what happened?
so the company for MyHeritage, they got a side project which is called Deep Nostalgia, which was developed by an Israeli company. And it uses artificial intelligence and it's trained its algorithms on pre-recorded videos of living people. And then it applies that over the pictures and it takes that and puts it together and it can have grandma waving to you, to the grandkids. But here's the thing though. No, what it does, it deliberately does not have a speech generator in order to prevent abuse. Because if it had a speech generator, they could start saying all kinds of whack
But
shit.
you can't add that shit later. Come on.
No, because they also do that. They also got audio fake generators, you know, where it takes your voice. See, that's one thing. They have a program that calls, and if you answer and you answer certain questions, it records your voice, and then it uses that, and it can call the bank back and go, "Hey, I need a new password." I'm just saying, be careful, guys. So let's go. So let's go to Japan now.
okay.
All right, TikTok star Azusa Gooky Yuki. Remember I showed you the picture of Yuki earlier? That sexy, oh my God, bro.
she was
Young and pretty, 20-year-old Asian girl that rides around on motorcycles. Of course she had a big following. Well, it turns out it was really a 50-year-old dude using
That's-
a deep fake program.
That's interesting because you can do fake porn with, you don't have to pay. If it becomes affordable enough in the future, they're not even gonna have to use real actors. They could just use all these animated.
Well, they're doing that.
like Simone.
They're working on that with the virtual Google glasses.
So she has thousands of followers on TikTok. And
That's
it turns out that the dude's name was Zongo. And he went on Japanese TV to come clean because some of the people were starting to figure out there's some inconsistencies. Like, you know, because it was so sexy that people were getting obsessed with the girl and they started to go through all of her pictures. And one guy noticed that, in some of the pictures, her arm was pretty hairy. And in another picture, he noticed in the reflection in the mirror, gee, she doesn't look that good in the mirror, the reflection.
It's the wind.
No, so he forgot to do that. He was using an app called Face App, which is very popular in Japan. You know, people are using that right now to make deep fakes.
Yeah.
And so in a twist of fate, after he came out on the show to reveal that he really was a 50-year-old man, he got a bunch of positive reactions. His followers didn't drop. People still like the guy.
Well, catfishing is cool now.
Catfishing is cool now.
Like you catfish. I mean, goddamn, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you're able to get a bunch of idiots to follow you and stuff, and it's not true that you're not even an actual woman, and you can get a million people to follow
Yeah, my
you,
boy.
My hat's off to you. That's pretty cool.
So I'll tell you, the FBI issued a warning in 2019 about the Russia-developed company, the Face App, because it said it posed a potential counterintelligence threat. Because what they could do with these deep fake things, you know, because people are worried for business fraud, political elections. You could have presidents saying things.
Yeah.
You know, they're using it for blackmail. You know, they
I'm
could say.
surprised they didn't use it for this election for 2020.
That's why I don't answer any.
No, they
ads
tried
on Facebook.
No,
and
they
stuff.
did. Marjorie Taylor Greene posted something, and so did Donald Trump Jr., what turned out to be a deep fake.
I saw one where they changed like Obama's words.
Yeah,
and it matched, and it made him put him in a negative light.
It's only a matter of time before they make it illegal to do stuff like that.
Then people are gonna use that as a defense. Like, I wasn't cheating on you, honey. That was an AI.
It was artificial intelligence guy.
So I'll tell you, there's some other companies and other apps out that are doing it. One is a Chinese company that called Zhao. There's one called Deepfakes Lab. There's another company called Face Swap.
Is that like the one with Nicolas Cage?
Right.
Face Off.
No, that was a
Face
good
Off.
movie, my boy. There's even anti-deepfake software. There's a company called it's called Sensity, which uses the same deep learning process that they use to create the fake videos. It uses the same tech against it to spot it.
And it's probably the same people that work together. They probably just branched out, whatever.
You seen those speed radars they sell at the?
Yeah.
The same people that make the speed gun for the
Are the
cops
ones that
make
make the
the
whistle.
radars.
You're right. No. It's
insane.
Yeah,
It works
remember
together.
the whistle?
What whistle?
That was that picture.
Oh.
You put that on your dashboard to pick up the radar.
Yeah, it lets you know ahead of time. Well, I'll tell you, and talking about Japan and
What was
porn.
it called? A whisper.
Whisper, I think it was called.
So speaking of the porn in Japan, you were talking about that earlier. Back in November, 3 men were arrested for selling deep fakes to celebrities because they were using to try to blackmail people. And then you can make
a famous celebrity look like.
Well, here's the point. To a woman, even if it ain't real, it could ruin your credibility, your reputation, so it doesn't matter if it's real.
And it's so sensitive. Like in Japan, like any Japanese porn that you see on the internet, it's always blurred out, the private parts, because they're very sensitive about that.
Well, they're very sensitive about some subjects and then very risque about other subjects. It's a contradiction.
No comment on that, because that's true.
But talking about that, we'll go to our next story, which is it's a crazy story. This one's trending in the news now. This past week, you might have seen the picture of that Italian lady. I showed you earlier a picture of her. It takes place in Pennsylvania, and they were called the Doylestown Victory Vipers. And this started when a parent forbade her daughter to hang out with a fellow cheerleader.
Well, I didn't see that picture.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened. When the mom heard, the mom got mad. And so the mom decided to get even with some of the cheer squad there on the cheerleading squad. And so her name was Raffaella Sponi. In Pennsylvania, you know what she did?
What?
She went to their Facebook, downloaded pictures, and then had deep fakes made of them smoking, drinking, naked, looking like they're having sex. And then she sent them to the school. Next thing you know, the girl gets called into the office and they go, "What's this?" And they show a video of her doing all this shit. And she started crying. No, that's not me. And they're like, "Why are you lying? You're lying." They kicked her off the cheer squad. They called her parents. The parents got mad at her. Like, don't lie to us. Here's the picture. Why are you lying? We see the video of you.
Wow.
It seems to me like that mom
How were they able
was
to
living her
prove?
dreams through her daughter.
Right. Well, here's and the ironic part is the daughter didn't even know the mom was doing that. She didn't tell the daughter. And so, the daughter, all of a sudden the daughter's on the cheer team and like, oh, she has a place now and her weird friends, there's all this weird shit going on. No, she didn't really.
People talk, especially in high school. Come
Well,
on.
there's more to the story, my boy. So here's what happened. The lady was so whacked out that she contacted through telemarketing sites. You can get people's phone numbers. And she bought a list of the girls' phone
This is
numbers.
psycho.
And then she started texting them through a blocked phone, telling them to kill themselves. And so finally, the parents were seeing these messages like, what's going on? And they went to the police. And the police, they go, hey, we're going to have to do an investigation. And so at that point, here's what happens. They did a cyber check. They had to get an affidavit to the DA's office to get search warrants on all the phone numbers, sending the messages. And finally, they traced it to an IP address. And they found out it was the lady, Miss Saponi. She was using a Pinger app to reroute the cell phone number, to Europe somewhere, then through another cell phone, or so she thought, because they caught her ass now. And now she's 3 counts of cyber harassment of child endangerment, 3 counts of another 3 counts of harassment, tampering, all
They
this.
were
weird-
able to get all these IPs from a video?
No. They had all right. And here's the thing. They used that same technology. The cops did to check the videos because they showed the videos to the cops and said, well, here's a video of our daughter doing this shit. And she says it's not her. And the cops checked it and they said, well, you know what? It isn't your daughter. That's a deep fake.
Wow.
And so at that point they said, all right, we need to look up what the fuck's going on with
Did
this
she
shit.
get locked up at the moment?
Yeah, she's arrested right now. And because she went to one of those apps, you can go online and basically I just got to download your picture, go to this app, put in my credit card, you know, boom, 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 tell it what to do, and boom, boom, boom. I'm just saying.
That's just saying that if all these perverts have fantasies, they could actually, if they have enough money, they could just get a picture of whoever their crush is and
that's
naked pictures and do nasty shit. Have like a sex show for you, dance for you and shit.
And it's ironic that you say that because they're worried about it being used for political reasons and, you know, and shit like that. You know what the major use of deep fakes on the market right now is?
For porn.
For women in porn. Yeah.
Of course.
That's the biggest
porn leads the way, remember?
You know.
Remember when it was beta and VHS and porno chose VHS and went VHS and then beta went out of business. And then it was Blu-ray and then what was the other one?
DVD, Blu-ray, CD.
Yeah, well, Blu-ray was the one that won because porno chose Blu-ray.
Shit, 8mm. Remember?
But during the beta, did you guys have, like in the East Coast, we had this thing called WHT. It was this antenna that we would point towards the Twin Towers because that's what the satellite was. And it would pick up like the nightcap. The nightcap was porn at 11 p.m.
What?
They had porn on
Trust
WHT.
me, I would know if I had that option.
WHT, live from the Twin Towers.
I was masturbating to the little waving one where it was
I remember as a kid, I would always
direct TV.
I would always see like a nipple.
I was always pointing the dish to the Twin Towers, and I would wiggle the thing, and because I had the illegal.
What are you pointing to now that the Twin Towers are gone?
The Empire State Building.
Oh my boy. Yeah. Well, Cesar, thanks for coming out. Tonight.
Thank you.
And hopefully your family's safe. And I got friends in Japan as well,
Yeah, no, I saw videos. They're doing great.
If anyone out there in Japan is hearing our show, we hope everything's okay. And
you got that one saying that you say, Philly, about technology.
Technology's not your friend.
Just saying, be careful out there with that stuff.
Deep fakes, man. They're gonna make deep fakes of me because I'm so sexy.
Someone's gonna blackmail you.
I got nothing. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, like, so we can keep on making more videos. Thank you for listening.
You are listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.